The real recommendation for this week is the miniseries Adolescence. This is a four-part miniseries on Netflix, and it is fantastic. Stephen Graham and Jack Thorne are the creators of this series. Stephen Graham is an actor which you may know from a lot of different things. Snatch, This Is England, I believe he was in. He's been in Venom movies. You've seen this guy in a bunch of things. He is, I think, more well known in England, but he kind of has that gangstery, it's like one of those guys that's, a British dude, almost like Bob Hoskins in the day. British dude that looks like he's maybe 5'5" and like all muscle. And anyway, that's who he is, Stephen Graham. He's the creator of this movie or this TV series. He also is acting in it, but he is definitely not the quote star, although he has his moments. What is the hook of Adolescence? Now, I'm not going to spoil much in this because it is worth watching. It is a fantastic miniseries and it is getting buzz already. And I think if you are looking for something that is shorter but a series and contained, this is not going to have sequels. Now they could do something in a similar style, a different story, but this is its own thing, and it's one and done basically. The key to this movie, or this miniseries, I keep calling it a movie. It's a 4 hour movie, 4 part, 1 hour each miniseries. The key to understanding this is a few things. First of all, the hook that people are going to have is that each episode is a oneer. Each episode here, a single shot. It looks to be an actual single shot, but even if it isn't, it's seamless. And very quickly, you'll start to forget about it because the series itself is so engaging that it doesn't matter. But how it works is this: it starts out and it's day one. It's police barging into a house looking for someone who's accused of murder. It's just a normal British family, daughter, son, dad. Dad is Stephen Graham, and mom. And they're looking for the son. The son is 13. They take him away. He's accused of murder. And remember, it's a one shot. So throughout the whole thing, they're going from the house to the police department to the intake to setting him up to be questioned by the police to get his lawyer. It's all happening in real time. So each of these episodes, these 4 episodes, is 1 hour of that life. This is 1 hour of day one of this investigation. And I'm not going to tell you how it progresses other than to say, like, episode two is day three, and episode three is another time jump. Not going to say how many days. And episode four is another time jump. And it is fantastic. And the way this movie, or this series, I want to call it movie, this series engages with the concepts of guilt and innocence and being controlled by media or being controlled by social pressures or being controlled by the family environment you live in, being influenced by a lot of different things. And but I'm not going to describe this well because I don't want to spoil it. It's worth watching each episode because it does take some fantastic turns. And I thought going in it was going to be basically like a did he do it or didn't he do it kind of a series, right? Here's this kid. You're going to feel sympathetic right out the gate because, oh my gosh, you're going through this. Like, what do we like to be a 13-year-old? All of a sudden, you're accused of murder and you're being put through the system. But the series isn't really necessarily about a did he do it or didn't he do it. Let's just say the series will answer all of those questions, but it will raise a bunch of other questions as far as like what is happening in the world today. This is a very heavy show, a technically dazzling show, and in an acting sense, a dazzling show. I would say of all this, once again, I can't describe it. You want to talk about it in spoilers and really get into it. And Greg's and probably say, why didn't you have a spoiler talk on this? This is too much. This would be like a full hour or two just to do spoilers on this because of how much it gets into. Let's just say episode three are two characters talking the whole time. If you love courtroom kind of shows, and it doesn't, I'm not going to say it's in a courtroom exactly, but if you like those kind of things where it's two characters talking and going back and forth and things being revealed as in the course of 1 hour, episode three is one of the best hours of television I've seen in a long, long, long time. It's fantastic. And I got to point out a couple actors here. First of all, we already talked about the dad, Stephen Graham. He does a fantastic job in here, to be expected. but he doesn't really steal the show here. He has his moments, like I said, but the ones that really steal the show, the kid, the 13-year-old kid, Jamie, played by Owen Cooper, he's amazing. He's so good. And he, at the beginning, you think he's going to be this mild-mannered, meek kid that, is just scared by this, but he gets a chance to really act up a storm as this goes on. Also, I want to call out there's DI, one of the inspectors is played by Ashley Waters. Ashley Waters. He's really, really great in this. He has an episode that's pretty much he gets to do a lot in. He just gets to do a lot in a couple episodes, but especially one. And then there's a psychological interviewer played by Erin Dougherty. She is fantastic as well. There are Emmys to be had here, and if anything is done right, there's Emmys to be had here. And I will give credit to Joseph Bridges for calling this out first in the group. I had It was funny because yesterday I was listening to something else. I was listening to a podcast that was talking about White Lotus, and they had mentioned how great the series was, and we have to watch the series. It's only been out like a few days, like I said. This series, Adolescence, and I had already been like, wow, I saw this pop up on Netflix. I'm gonna have to watch this with my wife because we usually watch series together, not movies. I watch the movies on my own. Lo and behold, Joseph Bridges popped up like probably an hour later saying like, this is a fantastic series, 4-part series. It will win all the awards. It's the one to watch. And I have to absolutely underline and co-sign Adolescence. If you're looking for a series that is just, like I said, technically and acting wise, aces, and in story wise, it couldn't be more pertinent to the world right now. It's just goes in ways that you're not expecting. I have to say, of all the movies, there are some good movies this week, but of all the things to watch that are accessible right now, I think Adolescence is the one I would tell you to go to first. It's heavy, but it's amazing. All right, that's all I've got this week, guys. Hopefully, you have walked away. Oh, 5 stars. 5 stars. I didn't mention that. This is 5 stars.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.